everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this look, it was a request from a picture that I posted of myself 2 weeks ago. It's a step-by-step glowing skin makeup look. So first off, I just want to say that I'm going to be really focusing on getting better content out for you guys. So what that means is I move in about 4 weeks, so you probably won't see too many videos, but once I move, get into my space, get my lightings, and get my new camera, it's going to be way better content. And also this year I really want to focus on doing looks that are practical for the everyday woman, because I feel like most of my viewers are not makeup artists, and that's totally fine. I feel like I know sometimes when you come up here you want to actually learn how to do stuff. I love watching the cool, smoky, overly dramatic stuff. But however, if you want to know how to do makeup, I want my channel to be the channel that you come to. So for that's it. Let's get started. So I wanted to try to keep it practical again as far as the products that I'm using. So we're going to start step by step. In order to get the glowing skin, you really want to start off with your skin prep. So I'm going to show you what I wash my face with. So I love Neutrogena. I've been using Neutrogena since I was in high school. So for days that I have had on a lot of makeup or I've been exercising, I'm sweating, I will use this. This kind of has like little micro beads in it, so I'll use this to kind of exfoliate and really cleanse my skin. Then I'll go over with this one. This is the Ultra Gentle. If you are dry, I would suggest you stay away from this because this will kind of suck you dry. It does have salicylic acid in it, so if you have acne prone skin, this is great for you, but if you are dry skin, don't do that. So after I do this, I will move on to this one. And if you are dry, this is great for your skin because it's very creamy and it won't make you feel all dried out. But on every other day when I feel like I don't have on a lot of makeup or I don't want to get like too dry, I'll just use this. So this is what I use to clean my face. And then after that, I get out the shower, I will tone my skin with this clear pore oil eliminating astringent. This saves my life. If you want to know how I keep breakouts away, this is what I use. I mean, I'll get like a bump here or there, but this really keeps me acne free. So if you're someone that suffers with acne, definitely do this. And since it's been so crazy cold, it was warm last week, all through Christmas, all through New Year's, it was 70 degrees. January 1 hit, it got like 30 degrees. So I'm oily and my skin is dry. So for someone that has dry skin on the regular basis, I can only imagine what your skin is like. So at nighttime, I've been using this Tarte Maracuja oil. This is kind of expensive. This is the travel size. I just wanted to try it out, see if I liked it before I bought the big one. But this one is $15, but definitely I would recommend investing in a beauty oil, especially for this time of year. I feel like no matter if you are dry, combination, or oily, a beauty oil will really help your skin out. So at nighttime, put on my beauty oil and then go to sleep. Wake up. When I wake up, I wash my face. I just use my water. Sometimes I will go back over in the morning after I wash my face and I'll tone again just to make sure everything's nice and clean and my pores are nice and clean. But then after that, I'm going to move on to the Neutrogena hydroboost. This is, I didn't realize that all my products are Neutrogena. I'm not sponsored. Never have been. This is just the line that I like for my face. So I have already washed my face and I didn't tone my face this morning just simply because I was so dry last night. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. This Hydro Boost, it says this is the one for extra dry skin. It is not greasy. It won't leave. Oh shoot, I forgot I have my brows on already. Let me get my mirror. Oh, I didn't mess it up. Anastasia is waterproof. Okay, so I get the one that is for extra dry skin just simply because, like I said, it's been super crucial around here for the past couple of days. This is my favorite moisturizer because it is not greasy. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It soaks in. Honestly, for me, it's kind of like a primer moisturizer, and I like that. So I'm just going to rub this all over my face. And hydrating is very important, like I said, no matter what skin type you have, and especially if you are doing more of a glowy skin look. Now, because I do have bigger pores, I am going to go in with my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base, just in the place where my pores are really, really prominent. If you do not have big pores, you can just skip right on over this. But I'm just going to put this mainly on my cheeks. I go back and forth with the Benefit Professional. I feel like sometimes it doesn't work, and some days it does. Maybe it's just me. You guys let me know if you use the Benefit Professional at all. Let me know if it works for you. And I got way too much of this. Alright, so now that my skin is nice and hydrated, we're gonna move on to the foundation. So originally, for the skin, for my foundation, for this look, I used the Sephora, this is the longest name known to man, the Sephora Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. That's what I use, but I want to be more practical. I want to do things that are affordable. Now, not all of my products, I'm not going to lie, all of my products are not going to always be drugstore friendly or easy accessible, but for the most part, I feel like if I can get it half and half, that'll be a big deal. So I'm not going to use this. I'm going to be using this Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish. I've never used this before until the other day. I picked it up because, like I said, I've kind of been searching the drugstores trying to see what I can find, and what got my attention was that it said airbrush finish, so I was like, perfect, let's try it out. So just shaking this up really well, and before I slap this on my face, I am going to use some Smashbox Photo Primer Water, drugstore alternative. You can get the Pixie Glow Mist. I'll post those somewhere around here. There's two of them. There's like a Pixie Glow Mist, and that one's going to be perfect, especially if you have very dry skin and you like to get the dewy, luminous look. That's a good one. And then you have another one. It's pink, like rose water. It's kind of like this one. So use one of those, and I'm just going to spread. And this again acts as a primer and also just gives a little, you know, luminosity to the face. I am going to go in with this NYX Conceal Correct and Contour palette, and I'm not going to really go into too many details as to why I'm using this over concealer. I haven't been using concealer probably the whole month of December. I think I maybe used concealer, how many parties did I have? 3 parties, and I think I used concealer 3 times. Not really into concealer anymore just because I feel like it just makes the whole under eye situation worse, but I am going to use this orange corrector here, and I'm going to do an in-depth video on correctors, but for now I am just going to put this under here. Alright, now choose whichever you would like, sponge or brush. Because I want a more luminous look, I am going to use a damp beauty blender. The damp beauty blender will kind of sheer things out more because this is not meant to be a heavy duty full coverage look. And I just feel like whenever the sponge is wet, it does take away any cakiness and just makes things look more dewy. So I'm just going to take the foundation, pump on the back of my hand, and I like to start on one side of my face, and I am just going to go right over that corrector that I put on, and we're just going to blend everything out. Can you guys see how nice that looks? And this is actually a really nice foundation. I used it for the first time the other day. Like I said, I've never even heard anybody talk about it, to be honest. So I was excited to actually tell you guys about it because I'm realizing I am a foundation junkie. I don't really care to wear it. I just like to try them out and see the finishes of them and collect them and just kind of have them and just let them sit on my shelf and collect dust. So I guess you could say that I hoard foundation. I don't think I will ever go through a foundation. I have only gone through 2 foundations ever. That was my, and you know, the reason why I went through those 2 foundations was probably because those were the only 2 foundations that I owned, and that was the NARS, the original one. I think it was like the NARS Sheer Matte Glow. No. Can't think of what the name was, but it was the original NARS. They discontinued that one, not the one that was luminous, but the one that gave you like the more mattifying look, and the MAC Match Master. And I did repurchase that one. But those are the only 2 foundations that I ever ran out of, because like I said, those were the only 2 that I had. I bought those a long time ago, I think right when I started beauty school, and they were really expensive to me back then, and that was all I could afford. So that's why I only had 2. Now that we have the foundation on, this next step is going to really kind of depend on your skin type. If you are an oily girl like myself, you do want to set with loose powder all over the face. Don't bake anything, because once you start baking, that's when things start getting kind of dry and cakey. So I'm just going to get my fluffy powder brush. Now if you are dry, only powder on your cheeks. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we are going to put on a little bit of blush and highlight. And if you just kind of try to put that on over foundation that's not set, especially if you're dry, it's just going to zone into that one spot. It's going to kind of just stick there, and you're going to have a hard time blending it out. So definitely put it on your cheeks if you are dry. And if you're oily, just set it everywhere. Less is more, not too much. Okay, next, this is a blush that I got from Ulta, and I've actually been loving it. This is called Pallido. I think this blush is like $5 or $6, and I finally found the color. It is in Toasted Apricot, and this is just a nice natural flush of color for the cheeks. You definitely want to put on some blush, just simply because it gives a little bit of dimension to the face. It doesn't make it look too flat. And I do have my contour shade out here, but I'm not going to go into all of that because I feel like that's not really gonna be in the whole glowy skin, and I can't quite remember if I did any contouring or not. I don't think I did. And this is a Real Techniques blush brush. I have found that brushes that are kind of tapered, where they're wider and then they go smaller at the top, those are the best for blush because you kind of get more precision. On just regular blush brushes, do I have one? I don't even have one up here, but they're just kind of like a smaller version of this. I feel like you put it on and the blush kind of spreads out everywhere. This, you have more control over it, and you just want to sweep it up. Then of course you can always blend it out. Now this is what really helps to glow. This is a little bit of a pricier product, but I feel like the one that I have right here is probably the best one to go. So for the whole year 2015, I struggled with trying to find a banging highlight. Finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go on over to Becca Cosmetics and I'm just going to buy me a highlighter, because their highlighter palettes, I mean, not palettes, they're actual highlighters. I think they come a little bit bigger than this, but one of these is $38. And I was just like, I am never going to use all of that highlight. So when they came out with the palette, the Afterglow palette, I was excited because it has 3 of the highlighters here. You get Moonstone, Rose Gold, Topaz, you get 2 blushes, Wild Honey, and Flower Child. Alright, so this whole palette here is $39, which is not bad because you get a range of different blushes and highlighters to try. So I feel better about paying $38 for this versus $38 for one of these. More practical in my mind. So we're going to go in with Moonstone. At first, I didn't think that the Moonstone shade was brown girl friendly, but it is. So the best way to apply your highlighter is with a fan brush. And if you can't get your hands on the Becca highlighter, I believe there is, what is it? Oh, I think it's either Maybelline or Loreal. They do have a highlighting palette. I've never used it before, but I've heard it was a good one, so definitely check that out. Or sometimes something else you can also do, I've done this before with one of my Too Faced palettes. There's actually an eyeshadow color that's like this. I've used that as a highlight before. Perfectly fine. Get creative. And I'm just going to place this right on the cheeks. I like to smile a little bit just so that way I can see where it's going a little bit better. Place a little on my forehead. And I don't like placing a lot of highlight down the center of my, I don't mind the center. I don't like placing the highlight right here on the middle of my nose, because when you're highlighting, you're bringing things forward. Like now, I have a big forehead and I probably overdid the highlight on my forehead. Now, so I'm just going to try to blend that out a little bit. But I'm just going to take a little smaller brush here and just put a little down my nose, and that's actually not even a little, that is a lot, but we will blend. Like I said, because my nose is wider, I feel like when I put it there, it just makes it look wider, and I'm like, that's not really cute, so yeah. And blend this out. And this is an e.l.f. powder brush, but I love using this as a blending brush because it is kind of dense, and it probably works even better as a foundation brush than it does a powder brush. I've never used it for either or. I've just always used it for blending things out. So as you can see, nice glowiness, and put a little down here. And you always want to make sure that when you're putting on your highlight, that you're putting it on so that it bounces off the entire face. So if you just put your highlight here, it's going to look a little crazy because that's going to be the only blinking, popping thing on your face. You want to really bounce it off. So I put some here, a little here, middle forehead, right above the cupid's bow, on the nose, and a little, on the chin, and a little down the center, and that just kind of bounces everything off. And also what I always do is I will take a little bit of that highlight and go right. And so the last thing that you want to do, this is really going to help your glowy skin. You want to spray your face again. Especially if you're oily, you want to use something like the Smashbox Photo Primer or the other pink Pixie Glow, because you're going to spray it and it's going to instantly take away the powdery look. And because you're naturally oily, your natural oils will push through a little bit and you'll have the perfect glowing skin. So. And then of course, if you're dry, you use the Pixie Glow Mist. It's going to instantly give you the nice dewy effect. So this here is the glowing skin. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to record another one. It's going to be an eye, so that's why I didn't put on any lipsticks or any eye makeup. But like I said, I will definitely post a look that I had, the whole shebang, the whole works. And honestly, when I do glowy looks like this, I don't even like doing a bunch of eye work. So what I would probably end up doing anyway, just putting on like a matte neutral eyeshadow, because I really want my highlight to pop here, some mascara, and be done anyhow. So that's it for the step-by-step glowing makeup. Step-by-step glowing foundation look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me your comments. Let me know. This is very, very important. Please let me know if you like this video and if you tried it and if this works for you, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Have a good one.